When engineer Bruce Townsend walks around this dusty, hot construction site, it is not the nearby massive gas-fired power plant that catches his imagination. His eyes are firmly planted on the future and the low-slung metal building that will house it.
This is really going to take off.
This, as Townsend refers to it, is a $38 million battery, and its size is currently unmatched in the western United States. KPBS visited the site earlier this summer before the individual lithium-ion batteries had been installed. Townsend, the original project manager, says this room will be filled with racks of batteries.
They look almost like a small box, approximately 3 inches wide, approximately 7 inches long, and about 6 to 7 inches tall.
Once the batteries come online, they'll become an energy reservoir that can hold 30 megawatts of power. Operators can release up to 20 megawatts of that capacity in an hour. Townsend says that's a pretty big stream of electricity, and the batteries don't have to warm up before they can deliver the juice.
Everything takes time to cycle, and especially steam turbines, you have to boil water. So while your combustion turbines, otherwise known as gas turbines, do speed up, it takes anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, depending upon the model, to come up to full speed.
Townsend says since the batteries can be turned on so quickly, and there are enough of them, they can keep energy flowing in the event of a blackout, or they can be used to restart the nearby gas-fired power plant. Computer programs can make split-second decisions that can manage the flow of electricity into and out of this battery farm. The energy that's stored inside of this building in the batteries gets sent out here in direct current, gets changed into alternating current, and then gets sent over here to the transformer. That transformer feeds a nearby switching station that can push the battery power out onto the grid. Batteries can also take power off the grid. When there's too much solar being produced in the middle of the day, grid operators could pay the district to use the excess power. It's the only power facility that can make money taking in electricity and sending it out.
We could charge the batteries, provide system reliability, and do it on somebody else's dime. Doesn't get any better than that.
Batteries will also allow grid managers to smooth out the renewable energy flowing into the grid. Robert Shetler works for the public utility, the Imperial Irrigation District. The Desert Valley boasts geothermal plants, wind farms, and solar farms, and those renewables are different to manage than a gas-fired or nuclear power plant.
Renewables, by their nature, fluctuate throughout the day. Solar doesn't produce at night. If the cloud comes up, the solar production goes down. So it constantly goes up and down, up and down. And our customers need a steady power source.
And the battery evens out the power flow by filling in the valleys and cutting off the peaks. The battery can also prop up the grid if there's a regional problem. In fact, Western power managers required the district to build a battery to atone for failures during a cascading power outage in September 2011. That outage crashed the grid in 3 states. Shetler says utility officials reviewed their options and decided to go much larger than initially required.
The energy industry is ever-changing and fast-paced, and regulations are changing daily almost, it seems like. So this is a way we're trying to get ahead of an issue.
But the technology is still new and it remains unproven. Ross Bruton is a London-based energy analyst for the investment firm Frost & Sullivan. He says the battery storage idea is stirring interest in the energy industry, and he's confident the technology will succeed. Proponents see it as a critical step to improving the outdated and fragile U.S. power grid. But Bruton says there are hurdles to overcome.
They are still quite costly, but I think more than that is the fact that it is still a new market.
Bruton says California is a step ahead because regulators ordered the state's 3 major investor-owned utilities to increase energy storage capacity. The Imperial Irrigation District battery project is expected to be online by the end of next month. Erik Anderson, KPBS News.